Hello, today at Felicity Crafts I'm going to show you how to make these cards. They're based on a teacup, but they can be slightly adjusted and they could be for any reason. You might want to send this as a birthday card, you might want to send this as a Mother's Day card, you might just want to send it as a cheering up kind of card based on a teacup and some different things. So what are we going to need to make our lovely cards? I will leave that one there in shot in case you want to look at that while we're doing it. So we need to have our trusty glue and scissors and pencil like we have every week. Those are sort of essentials that we constantly need, don't we? If you are going to put a little cup of tea inside like this one, make this a bit more exciting with this, you can have a tea bag. So you can get these pre-packed tea bags and put one inside, but just an ordinary tea bag would also do, any kind of thing that you can put in there. Personally, I don't drink coffee. If you want to make coffee or hot chocolate or something else, I expect you could find a way of putting that inside there. We need the actual card. At the moment, I found myself with loads of bits of card, so I am going to actually fold them in half and having a bit of card, and I'm going to actually make myself a card like that, being careful to make a good fold and fold it carefully. But you can also buy, this one was those pre-made cards that you can buy in big packs. Either one of those is going to do. So we're going to need a bit of card and we're going to need some paper. Now it's important that your paper looks nice for this one, really, because that's the whole point. I have just invested in a load of new paper to make things for you, and these were all from the works and they were all relatively cheap. You can see what they were, different things, loads of different designs, and they are all ready in squares. So I may be going to change the size of them, but they are already in squares and we have lots of nice things there. Now you could do with having a square to draw around. Coasters are good. I've got my little trusty cardboard ones that I already have because we use them a lot. And you may want to have some felt tip pens to decorate. So we'll switch on to the top down camera and I will show you how to make it. Okay, so we're going to just look a little bit closer up at our cards here so you can see that this is the finished one that we've got here. So that's our first design when it has a saucer attached. You can have a slightly simpler one here, but the paper was particularly gorgeous. We have our little cat added one there. And this one has something written inside that you can have a look at. Okay, so we are going to start. So the first thing you need to do is make yourself a card. So either buy one or have that one folded like that and choose yourself a nice piece of paper. So I've chosen this one today. You can draw around it. Now you could keep it this size and that's absolutely fine, but I want to do one with a handle on, so I want a little bit more of this one, and I'm going to show you the one with the saucer. So because of that, I want to have some extra little bits around the edge. So I've drawn around it. This time it's 11 centimetres, but the 10 centimetre one is perfectly good. That's the regular coaster size that you can draw around. And then we are going to cut that out, keeping those spare bits because we're going to use them in a moment. You are absolutely going to recognise this fold because it's one that we have done a lot. Now, this is one-sided paper. If you were using wrapping paper or something like that, you would also have this. So this time we are folding that to the inside, and we're going to fold corner to corner to make it a triangle. Take a second to make sure it's lined up and then go like that. So we've now got our white on the inside because we're not going to be seeing that today. We're going to be looking at this. This is actually the back now of your teacup. That's what you're going to be looking at. And now we are going to fold this one up like that. Now I'm just going to show you that the top of this one here needs to be straight. So you're not folding it like that, which we did do in one way. You are folding it like that. I am going to get out my big fat felt tip pen so that you can really see that. So what we want is to have the top edge absolutely horizontal here, like that. So we're folding this up bits are there. Don't you draw a felt tip pen, because that would be terrible. You don't need it. What you don't want is it folded like that. That's not where we want it this time. Where we want it is folded straight. Now before, I'm just going to put the lid on my pen there. Before you do it, just do the same thing with the other side that's also going to go straight, and be sure that you're happy that they're more or less equal like that. And then make a good fold. You knew that was coming, didn't you? You knew you were going to have to make a good fold. Okay, so we do that the same way on the other one. Just the same. I'm just going to show you that again on this one, because this hasn't got drawing all over the place. So it's a little bit bigger because I was doing the whole size on this one. So we're going to fold it corner to corner, then we're going to fold up that side, and then we're going to fold up that side. You've got this bit on top, and you are now going to fold it, one of them, backwards like that. Okay, just going to show you again. That way, and then one of those top ones is going to go backwards. Flip that over, and you are going to fold this one inside like that. Okay, now if you want to, you can fold that one inside if you're going to be looking at it a little bit when you open it, so you can see it like that. But that's not necessary. You can do it either way. So if you want to have it folded to the outside, which is slightly easier when you did it like that, and you want to have that folded down like that, that's absolutely fine. If you wanted to fold that to the inside, that's also fine. Now you're going to get out your glue stick, and you're going to give it a little bit of glue all the way around. So put a bit of glue on there. Put a bit of glue on there just to hold it down, and then if you're doing it backwards, you can put a bit of glue on there. That one should hold itself quite happily inside like that. Now if I just go back to my original one that was slightly smaller, that has the those lines on, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to see those ones when we're inside. Okay, just going to fold that. When we've got it like that, you're then going to put a load of glue on the back and stick it down. And that is your simplest one, just like that. And you can draw with your felt tip pen. So that's all I've done with this one, and I've now just drawn a handle on here and going up like this, and there you've got a lovely teacup. But if you wanted to add a bit more to it and make it look better, you need to get these bits that you cut off, okay? And we're going to make a saucer out of that. So I'm going to put it on there, and I'm just going to approximate where I want that to go. To be honest, I just freehand this, okay? It's a half circle shape, or not even as much as a half circle really. Just do it like that. Pop it underneath. Does that look a bit too big? Does that look a bit too small? Oh, actually I think that's a little bit more bowl-like. Let's make it a little bit flatter. You could draw this out, and if you were going to make lots of them, you could of course make a little template for yourself. But as ever, I don't think it's about worrying. I think it's about being confident with what you're looking at, with what you're doing. You're making this as a kind card for somebody, so you want it to look really nice like that, and they're going to appreciate it. Now for the handle, you want to cut off a little bit and just tuck it inside, and you can draw the size of the handle. You can think to yourself, right, do you want a really meaty handle that you can hold really well, or do you not? I've drawn that in pencil. If I just bring that a little bit closer, you can see it, but you can just go. The only thing is, when you're cutting it out, just leave a little bit on the inside so that it's a little bit bigger than you need, because it allows you, so if you see what I mean, the handle is actually going to be stopping here, but I've left a little bit on the end so that you can slide it behind like that. It just makes it look a little bit fancier, and then glue that down. Now you can put inside here the tea bag. So if I just go back to showing you the original one, what you can do is get your tea bag and just tuck it inside there. And we have written on there, until we can have a cuppa together. Or you could write, have a cup of tea on me. And I just used the other part of the paper that we've still got left over here. And I just cut a little tag shape, put some nice thread in between there, hole punched it, and it's sellotaped onto the inside. So I put a little bit of sellotape, poked my finger in there, and that's hanging there. It could also say happy birthday or any kind of message that you want. Okay, so that's one thing that you can do. But did you notice on this one there was something else on here as well? This time I decided I'd make a little cat sitting in my teacup. At the back I used another piece of material, not material at all, although material would totally work, fabric. You can just stick this down so that it looks nice. The advantage of those papers that I showed you at the beginning is that they're often coordinated, so there's a nice one inside. And then I've just drawn a picture. All I did was get a piece of plain paper like that, measure that it would go, and draw a little cat. And when you pull him out, he's got himself a little message inside, and that would be really lovely for somebody. So a little cat sitting inside on your teacup, and you could personalise that for the right kind of person, couldn't you? The other thing that you can do, I'm just going to take this off as a little surprise for you, is you can put something really personal in there. So you can put something hiding behind here. You could have your teacup in there, and when your friend has taken that out and made herself a cup of tea, she thinks, what's this in here? And this is a little photograph to remind yourself of when you were having happy times drinking tea. It might not have been tea that we were drinking there, I'm not so sure. But that makes a really nice card for you. Now, our last thing that we can do with this as well is that you can actually just make it like this. So this time, when we did the folding, remember that one at the back that we just folded backwards when we did that there, this one. This time this has come all the way forwards. So the front one still went inside and the back one I folded forwards. And that now makes a little pouch. You know when you get to have teenagers and they only ask for money? You can still make them a lovely handmade card because you can tuck the money inside there, fold it over, and this is a sticker. I just had white stickers, so I've written something on there, but you can have fancy stickers as well. My book group actually made these, and we put little book quotes inside, and you had to guess which book it was from. We also made these at WI as an advent calendar. Each one had a little message inside it, something that you could do, because you can hide things inside. It could be a photograph, it could be some money, it could be a little message for somebody. So I hope you are going to really enjoy making those fantastic cards that look really, really nice for any kind of occasion. So somebody's admiring the one with the cat on here. He's definitely liking that one. So now you have lots of cards that you can do to make is that going to work at all? Just leave it running for a minute because just watch what's going on here now. Just see. This is how I have to film things. You know, just, you know, absolutely. Misbehaving. Maybe I could just try and do some filming. So your cards look fabulous now, whether you've got cats on them, whether you're making one to put some money inside, whether you're going for that fantastic cup of tea that you could have with a friend, or whether you're just keeping it simple. I hope that we're going to have some behaviour at Felicity Crafts next week when I see you. I will see you back again for lots more fun crafts soon.